The best comics of 2023. Number 15, Damn Them All. Si Spurrier's response to my question about his critically acclaimed Hellblazer run, which was cut short after only 12 issues, stands out as one of the more memorable interactions I've had in an interview. He said from memory, "Sometimes you get to write the book you were born to write, and it just doesn't work out." It broke my heart, I must say. The fact that Spurrier and Charlie Adlard simply rename a Constantine book published by Boom Studios is one of the comics this year that I have enjoyed the most. In essence, Damn Them All tells the tale of Constantine's niece navigating his esoteric lessons and associated baggage after his passing. Number 14, Kaya. Despite the popularity of the book, Wes Craig's work on 8 years and 56 issues of Deadly Class with Rick Remender is genuinely some of the most overlooked storytelling of the last 10 years. Even though I missed the first 3 issues of Kaya, it's obvious that this is among the year's best comics now that I'm up to speed. Craig's fantasy world design has enough splash pages of lizard warriors and enormous spiders to excite the Jeff Smith fan and all of us. It is evocative of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Horizon Zero Dawn via Horizon Zero Dawn. But at its core, Kaya is the tale of a little brother and a seasoned warrior sister who have lost their tribe. Number 13, Mr. Mammoth. What if Sherlock Holmes had the same appearance as Ben Grimm from the horror movie, was a well-known pacifist, and suddenly found themselves in the middle of the Maltese Falcon? In the first straight-to-graphic novel released from Kind's Flux House label at Dark Horse Comics, French illustrator Jean-Denis Pendix gets things started. Unlike some of my favorite comics, Mind MGM, Black Badge, or even this year's Spy Superb, where Kind has created a very specific world of whimsical espionage, Mr. Mammoth is pure detective noir, with the world's greatest crime solver tasked with solving a mystery that grows more intricate and personal with each new piece of information. Number 12, Ashes. After the tragic death of the 4th member of their old group, 3 30-something estranged friends reunite for a road trip in the movie Ashes. They are charged with taking his cremated remains to an unidentified X marks the spot you left behind. Ashes by Ortiz stands out among the vast list of depressing odes to loneliness despite being full of the tragedy and relatable isolation that come from friendships gone sour. A clever use of one-page asides to either explain the history of cremation or, well, that aforementioned monkey is made along with the oddball roughnecks on the friend's trail, Mojo's pet monkey, and other unusual elements. The outcome is a wonderful graphic novel that is eagerly awaiting a movie adaptation and another surge in popularity. Number 11, Hungry Ghost. In contrast to Ian's work on City of Secrets and Diana, Princess of the Amazons, which is oriented towards younger readers, Hungry Ghost deals with the hardships and mental toll that are intended for a slightly more mature readership, and Yang does a masterful job of capturing this adolescent experience. Dark grays and brown are interspersed with pink and turquoise throughout the tensest times to give the composition a relaxing, even meditative feel. I don't give away the ending, but I was also intrigued by the idea of finding optimism in an outcome despite, in the words of Trung Lin Yuan's back cover blurb, people in your life who might stand in the way of self-love. A person who needs it could certainly benefit from reading this intelligent, interesting book. Number 10, Mimosa. All of this is a roundabout way of explaining that Mimosa, the latest graphic novel by Archie Bongiovanni, doesn't sound all that original on the surface. 4 friends decide to organize a new dance party meetup for 30-somethings because as they get older, their personal lives tend to interfere with their friendships. When the notion is presented so simply, there is a decidedly small hook. The narrative is odd. Here, that means that Bongiovanni uses tone, character, dialogue, action, and story to depict LGBT existence. Everything here is a graphic novel that offers a very particular window into a fictional universe that feels like it could be taking place right now somewhere between Chicago and Los Angeles. Number 9, All Against All. The Image Comics series by Alex Paknadel and Caspar Wingard is a masterpiece of science fiction in comics and a lament for the follies of control from 2 masters of their trade. In this riveting intellectual masterpiece, Invasion of the Body Snatchers meets a rival and somehow merges with a reverse Command the Last Boy on Earth. Paknadel adheres to the Grant Morrison school of writing, which doesn't hold the reader's hands and relies on their focus and desire for knowledge to keep up. In the meantime, Wingard continues to establish himself as one of the best artists/colorist teams in all of comics, perfectly suited for the violence and alien designs of All Against All, coming off of outstanding work on Peter Cannon, Thunderbolt, and Homesick Pilots. Number 8, Shubek Lubek. We now have Dina Mohamed's Shubek Lubek, which was first published in 3 sections from 2017 to 2021 in English after being translated from the original Arabic by Pantheon. The well-planned magic wish economy of Muhammad creates a startlingly opulent, non-alternative world where the wealthy can afford first-class wishes that can practically give them anything, while those in need are forced to gamble with dangerous third-class wishes. There is a character-driven, intertwining story of a kiosk vendor with 3 licensed first-class wishes that are simply ready to be purchased and used amid all the meticulous investigation of wish creation, sale, and legality. Number 7. Night Fever. A middle-aged book salesman traveling France is the subject of the movie Night Fever, which depicts how his midlife crisis forces him into the murky world of drugs, sex, and of course, violent crimes. Brubaker places a lot of emphasis on the decisions we make that shape the course of our lives and how taking the alternate path always seems like it might have been the life you should have had. I won't lie, that's a little too much for a big dad in his mid-30s. So if you lose 100 points for making me seriously consider my life decisions and whether or not I want this for myself, I would really rather not, thank you. Number 6. Danger and Other Unknown Risks. In the first half of Danger, a book about Margaret, Daisy, her talking dog, and Jacyn's attempts to protect a fallen planet from black magic, I found it difficult to discover meaningful degrees of separation. But when the story takes a big turn and the complete story of Marguerite's experience and her connection to Bernard's magic is revealed, I at last understood it. Yet comedy with elements of science fiction, magic, and fantasy that ranks among the finest of the year. Number 5. The Great British Bump Off. In all honesty, I could have chosen this comic solely based on its idea and creators. What if Agatha Christie got really into The Great British Bake Off? By John Allison and Max Sarin of Giant Days fame. Please, yes. The Great British Bump Off, which forgoes the fan-favorite slice of life in favor of a straightforward murder investigation set under the watchful eyes of Paul and Prue stand-ins, is really an even easier book to get into than Giant Days. Sweet, humorous, and scratches that never-ending whodunit itch we all have. Number 4. The Oddly Pedestrian Life of Christopher Chaos. The Oddly Pedestrian Life of Christopher Chaos is a gripping study of teen angst, queer discovery, and everyone's longing to simply feel goddamn normal for a change. It is in the running for the finest comic to come out of the Substack exodus. With the help of Tate Brombell, Isaac Goodhart, Kurt Michael Russell, and Aditya Bidikar, last year's Substack releases were solidified as a brilliantly promising world of monsters. A Lost Something is Killing the Children, and the collaborative work with Brombell on House of Slaughter. Christopher Chaos is an idea from James Tynion IV. Number 3. Monstrous. Monstrous, one of the best fantasy comics ever, has been published for 8 years and has close to 45 to 50 issues. It was created by Marjorie Liu and Sana Takeda. While it is great that Liu and Takeda will be working together on the new Night Eater series of graphic novels, don't let that detract from the fact that Monstrous will continue to be among the best comics available until the tale of half-wolves, ancient gods, and cursed kittens decides to come to an end. Number 2. Understand. Consistently scheduled viewings of Nate Stevenson's Substack email diary cartoons are recommended. The writing is inspired, sincere, and touching, whether Stevenson is describing every feeling of his struggle with gender, identity, and body image, or exchanging infectiously endearing inside jokes with their partner, Molly Knox Ostertag. Much has been said about well-known American comics creators receiving large salaries to publish comics through Substack, but the only creator whose emails I actually open and read on a regular basis is Stevenson. Although this is an exception, I still have my doubts about the comics in your mailbox publishing strategy. Number 1. What's the furthest place from here? Warriors by Matthew Rosenberg and Tyler Boss meets the post-apocalyptic thank goodness for Hall & Oates, because Fallout has only gotten stranger as it approaches its second year. It's similar to reading a contemporary Lord of the Flies, but without the nauseating effects. The comic uses an excellent structure of bite-sized chapters, separated by single pages of dialogue, in addition to its masterful design and storytelling, and it is sufficiently different in its creative approach to inspire absolute immersion. If this series is going to last, I believe year 2 will be crucial for what's the farthest place from here to shatter expectations and provide a substantial push into the future. Did you like it? Tell us what you think of the video in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting videos.